Hi, Tutor Success family. I am here with Erica Terry, and I am bringing her on because she has a really cool summit coming out that you've already seen me sharing about, the Edupreneur Success Summit. And I wanted to ask her a couple questions around this whole idea of educators earning money. Because in Tutor Success Academy, one of those first things we start to address is how we think about earning money. Because a lot of times as educators, we feel a little bit icky talking about money. We feel a little bit icky like asking for money, right? Like to actually get paid for your services. And that's just like kind of the first level. And so I want to bring Erica in here because she has a summit coming up that is all about different ways that you can earn an income, and not just like an income, multiple streams of revenue as an educator. And I know that had you talked to me 7 or 8 years ago, I would have only maybe thought teachers pay teachers. I think that's it. That's all I got. Like I would have not realized all the potential that there is out there to exchange your gifts and your talents for other like ways to bring income into your business. And so I want to bring Erica in here because Erica has multiple streams of revenue. I have learned our very first conversation that we had, I immediately learned things that I went, wait, I've been like missing opportunities because I didn't even realize they were there. There were things that I was already doing that if I had just added in one little thing, that maybe I would have been able to like started already, like, you know. And so I wanted to bring you in here, and this is for our public TSA page after you already did a phenomenal training for us in our private group. And I wanted to just share some of these things with anybody who is following Tutor Success Academy, because I think all of you have big goals and big dreams, and Erica can tell us a lot of ways to get there. So can you tell us a little bit about yourself first, Erica? Like why are we talking to you today?
Yes. So first of all, let me apologize in advance. My dog, who is usually super quiet, it must be something outside because she's going crazy right now. So
she's going crazy thinking about teachers who are worried about like making money. That's what it is. She is speaking up.
Yes. Well, first of all, thank you guys for having me. I have loved interacting and engaging with the Tutor Success Academy. We have really had a ball here. And just to let you know, just a quick little story about me. I am an 18-year educator. Every time I say that, it just blows my mind because these years have gone so quickly. I started off as a high school biology teacher, kind of, you know, went up the rope or whatever you call it. I went into counseling, then went into administration. Long story short, after a lot of prayers and a lot of fertility treatments, 10 years of trying, my husband and I were blessed with a beautiful daughter who is now 4. And once I laid eyes on her, I just was like, oh my gosh, I cannot have a life where I am stuck on my phone, working 50, 60 hours a week, getting calls all the time of the night. Like I just didn't want to be that mom. And so I walked away from my chief academic officer position and started consulting, working for the state, and took a huge pay cut. And so I had to figure out how can I, you know, just because that I left didn't mean my bills lowered. I Sally Mae a whole lot. Yes, I had to figure it out. And that's when I got introduced to this whole online space. And I am now I can't believe it, I started a podcast this year. So I am the host of the Classroom the CEO podcast, where we talk all things entrepreneurship and how to create multiple streams of income as an educator.
I mean, it just sounds so good. It sounds so delicious. Like, you know, like we already know how to be educators. We have these insane amounts of talents and skills. And the fact that there is also a way to share that with the world that helps them, but also helps us, is incredible. Like it just opens up a world of so many things. And so the summit is the focus of this summit is all about earning multiple streams of revenue, right? So why do you think that that's important to have more than one stream of revenue when, you know, I would probably say traditionally, you know, especially here in this country, we we go, we get the good job, we get the consistent job where we know the money, the paycheck is going to come in. And like as teachers, that paycheck may not be high, but at least we can count on it, right? So
Right.
why do you think it's important to have more than one stream of revenue?
Yes. And so as teachers, we are selfless, right? So you're right. We don't really like to talk about money. We didn't come into this career or this field for the money, obviously, especially in this country. And so, you know, money is one of those issues that we're like, we want to empower, we want to inspire, and we really don't think about that money aspect. But when you make the decision to start an online business, to become an edupreneur, you are making the decision that you want to earn some extra money. And so in order to earn some extra money, you have to be willing to talk about it, right? You have to understand your value. You have to understand that while it's so important to empower people, which is what we do even through our businesses, like we're still empowering people to achieve success, which is what we do as educators. It is important, like we deserve to get paid for that wealth of knowledge and experience that we have. And what made me like this idea of creating multiple streams of income actually came from when I first started. It took me about a year and a half to kind of figure this whole online world out. Like it was just so strange and different from what I was used to as a teacher and as an educator. Like I was used to students coming to me. I didn't have to go out and get them. Every year I was going to have a schedule and I was going to have students in front of me that I was tasked to teach. And every single one of those students in front of me, I had to make sure that they were able to master those standards. So if it meant me providing scaffolds and support and individualizing instruction, I had to help them to achieve success. And being an edupreneur is so different because you don't have a stream of customers that are just assigned to you, and you can't help everyone in the world. So you have to be very specific about who you're going to help and what you're going to help them achieve. And when you do that, when you are laser focused, like I know for me with Classroom the CEO, I am laser focused in helping educators to create multiple streams of income, to turn their classroom knowledge and experience into a profitable online business. And so when I create a product, I want to make sure that number one, I am giving extreme value, but at the same time that the amount of time that I'm pouring into creating the product, or if I'm coaching or consulting, like that time, I know that I am pouring and empowering them to achieve success. So in return, I should earn money as well. And the same is true for you and everyone that is watching right now. Like you deserve to earn money for sharing your unique gifts, for inspiring and empowering people to achieve success. And when you do that, when you think about, okay, I am going to start a tutoring business, as you know, Jill, you only have so many hours in a day. So if you approach it with the mindset that I'm going to start a tutoring business, I'm going to schedule so many hours, then you are capped at the amount of money that you can earn from that business. But if you begin to add additional streams of income, so if you start using affiliate marketing, which we've talked about in the group, or if you start creating like courses or even tutorial videos that you might only charge like $1 or $2 for, but it's a video. People can access it at any time. Like all of these additional streams of income allows you to earn more money. It removes that cap, that maximum amount of money that you can earn just from the amount of time that you're able to tutor. And it opens you up to being able to really have unlimited income. Like the sky is the limit when you start creating multiple streams of income.
Absolutely. And you guys, I get to be one of the presenters in this summit,
Yes.
and it's so cool. But one of the things we talk about is, so if you're watching this, you were likely either tutoring or you want to be tutoring. And for me, tutoring was that gateway, because until then, I had never had any control over my income.
Yes.
None. Unless you wanted to move to a new district, you looked at the steps and you figured you could maybe get an additional degree. But I know for me, when I lived in Georgia, my degrees actually made a difference. When I moved to North Carolina, I was shocked at how little my salary raise went up from having the additional degrees. And so it was always waiting for somebody else to like grant me permission to earn more money for the work I was doing. And so building the tutoring business was like a gateway. It was that gateway of saying, wait a minute, I actually have control over this. Like, what do I charge? How do I do it? What are my offers? Who do I serve? Is there a way to leverage that a little bit more? And that was like what got me started on that path, that you actually are in control. And so on one hand, so tutoring is that additional stream of income that can totally get you started. But then once you realize, it's like, once you get that fire in your belly, you realize, wait a minute, it doesn't stop here. And so you get to keep going and going and going, and you realize there's so many different ways of doing it. And one of the things I think is really helpful for having more than one stream of revenue in general in life, but also especially as an educator, is when things come along, they're unexpected. It's so nice to know that your income security can maybe come from a couple different directions.
Right.
So in March, when the sky fell down, right? I do remember having a very panicked day. So it was a Thursday when the borders started closing, and I hadn't even planned on telling this story, but it just kind of works, right? And so my car broke down on the way home. So as all this is going on, like, I'm already feeling a little bit nervous, but I just immediately thought, I was like, okay, how's that going to impact my tutoring families? Are they going to be able to continue seeing me? I realized that things were uncertain. And so on one hand, the tutoring business was a stream of income that was something I could count on. But also, if part of that changed, I also have some other streams of revenue that I have built over the last 2 years that I was able to think, well, if that has to cut down a little bit, because I had already decided any students that had to stop seeing me due to parents losing jobs, I was going to see them anyways. So I already knew I was probably going to lose some income, but I had a couple other streams of revenue that I could dial up if I needed to. And so that's what I think is nice too, is when you have money coming in from a couple different ways, it gives you a little bit more security for when one thing might be slowing down or whatever, you experience a dip, you've got another way that you might be able to bring in revenue and income. And to me, that feels really empowering to be able to do that.
Yes. And I love like the example that you shared, because when you have these other streams of income, like I love, like one of my mottos is blessed to be a blessing, right? So because you knew you had these other streams of income, for those students whose parents fell on hard times, like not that it didn't matter that they were no longer able to pay you, but you were in a position to be able to bless them and say, you know what, I'm going to continue to tutor you for free. And you're able to do that because you had income coming from those other areas.
Yeah. And so it just helps you make those decisions to be able to say, I can do this because of this. And so I mean, I'm just at the tip of the iceberg of what is possible, because there's so many things I didn't even know were possible until I started talking with you. So can you tell us about the Edupreneur Success Summit, and what are some of the things we're going to be learning here? Because I know that if you are watching, if you're following this page, you have seen me share about it because I'm going to be a speaker there, but you still maybe don't really know, what is this multiple streams of income thing all about, and what is the summit all about? So can you tell us about the summit that's coming up in just 1 week? I think this will be airing on either Friday or Saturday. And so in about 1 more week, the summit is starting. What can people expect?
Yes. So for those of you that have been thinking about how, you want to earn some extra money, maybe you haven't taken the leap yet to start your tutoring business, or maybe you have and you're like, I am ready to take this thing to the next level. The Entrepreneur Success Summit will help you to achieve that goal. What I did, I thought about, okay, when I first started my business, what do I wish I had access to, right?
Mhm.
And so, of course, I am not the knower and keeper of all knowledge entrepreneurship. So what did I do? I reached out to wonderful people like Jill, real educators or former educators who are, involved in education and have their businesses and they are being successful. They are achieving success as entrepreneurs. They're creating multiple streams of income and they are teaching and empowering you to do the exact same thing. And it is everything from Jill sharing how to turn your teaching knowledge to start a tutoring business to a form or a current tutor actually that has started a subscription box program.
Can't wait to watch that one.
I know.
Gosh. You guys, this one is seriously, I would enroll in the summit just to see that presenter. It is amazing.
Yes.
It's so exciting.
I am so excited about her as well. I'm also excited. We have a principal who uses book clubs as an additional stream of income. And you may be thinking that, she's getting the money just off the books. That's what I thought too, until I watched the presentation and was totally blown away.
Okay, I thought it was just the books too. So
no.
I mean, really any one of these presentations is going to make it worth it, but I thought it was just the books. So, okay.
She has taken the idea of a book club and she has really taken it to the next level. And so these are just a few of the examples of what you will find at the Entrepreneur Success Summit. We are talking coaching, consulting, online courses, podcasting, like anything that you can think of. How you can earn money as an educator. We are covering it during that 5-day summit. And so I am super excited. I have learned so much just from the sneak peeks of the presentations that I've had, but we're also doing expert roundtables where you get to engage and talk to all of the presenters every night and ask them questions about your business or about your ideas. And so I'm excited just to be able to learn from all of these amazing people.
Even that right there, that could be the summit itself, just the roundtables. And I'm like, great, let me sign up. I mean, I think that's awesome. So when I hear about these opportunities, so I know that people that are following us, our page, are in a wide range of stages in their journey, right? So like in the private TSA community, and then beyond the community, we have something called the Members Club, which is like an even more like exclusive group for people who've gone through the cohorts. And in there, we have people who are doing things like the boxes. They want to start courses for parents to help them, to help the parents be able to help their children with learning and things like that. So I know that we have a lot of people that are like further along in the journey, but we also have people in TSA who are just now thinking about starting a business. And if you're watching this on the TSA Facebook page, then you could be anywhere on this journey, right? So whenever I hear about these summits, I will be honest. My first thought is affiliate marketing, all those things. That's only for the big people like the Amy Porterfields of the world. Like, I'm sure that's not for me, right? Just like sitting in my apartment in Asheville, right? Like, I'm sure I've got to be a big name, have a huge online presence. So would you say we have to have the big name, the big online presence to be able to take something from this summit? What do you think about that?
Absolutely not, guys. First of all, I'm not a big name. I am nowhere near an Amy Porterfield, and I have been able to make these strategies work for me. And I would just be honest with you guys, like at the beginning of 2020, I made the decision that despite, even now, I only have a couple of hundred followers on Facebook. I'm like 15, 17, 1,800 on Instagram. So these are not like swipe up numbers, you know what I'm saying? But I made the decision that, hey, I was going to just put myself out there because what's the worst that can happen? Like people just say no. But what I ended up finding is that people say yes. Like they want to collaborate with you. They want to get to know you. They want to, like, when you're truly helping others to achieve success, when you're focused on empowering people, like, people will gravitate to your business. So no matter where you are, I don't care if you're just starting off. I mean, the presenter with the subscription box program, like, she is a tutor, not a teacher turned tutor, like a tutor. So it does not matter like where you are or where you're starting, like, you can start a business and you can make it profitable. And we're going to equip you with all of the knowledge and skills that you need in order to get it done. Like, I pitched a book about these principles and got a yes. So, like, I have just submitted the first draft and I did not have a huge following. Like, it was just one of my 2020 goals and I did it. And I'm actually bringing my publisher, Dr. Sarah Thomas from EduMatch on so that we could have a live Q&A with her and talk about the whole pitch process and, you know, what she looks for as she's choosing her next authors. So I promise you, like, we have so many people coming on that no matter where you are going to get the knowledge that you need in order to be successful as an entrepreneur.
It's like that's such a relief to hear because
Yes.
in the world of social media, everything seems fancier than what it is, right?
Yes.
And so I see these things, and you guys, I will tell you, I wanted to actually bring Erica in to do a training for TSA, but I thought I can't ask her. She has a podcast. Are you serious? She's gonna laugh at me. There's no way I could ask her to be a part of this. And you know, but the whole idea of just stepping out there and trying things,
Yes.
and you never know what type of collaborations are going to happen. And so it might seem like everybody is like really big and doing all these things, but I can tell you that in one of my first private conversations with Erica, we were talking about affiliate marketing because that was one of the strategies we wanted to bring to the TSA group. And when you started telling me some very practical ways that you could start to do it, like as a teacher, I realized I had already been doing all of those. I just hadn't made money from it. Like, it wasn't anything big and fancy. It was little things that I went, I'm already doing that. I'm just missing opportunities. So it can be a big, bold, audacious dream, or it can be these little next steps that you can try to incorporate that still bring income into your life. And that's what really excites me about this summit. And two, these are all educators, you guys.
Yes.
They're all educators. They've all like been where you are and they've found ways to earn money in different ways. And when I think about, these are educators that could be in any hallway or any library or anywhere or on Zoom online, right? They're all regular people that figured things out and they're here to show us how we could figure it out too.
Yes. So absolutely.
That makes me feel better about the whole thing. Like, is that everything that they're sharing with us is totally attainable. So, you know, if it sparks some curiosity in you, that's a good thing. Like, follow that spark. So let's talk a little bit about the investment of it. So the summit is between $47 and $97 depending on the levels. Can you tell us about that? And so it's a week-long summit. It has over 20 presentations. It also includes things like a roundtable. So tell us a little bit more about those, like what we get to be a part of in the summit. And then also, could you tell us about those 3 levels?
Yes. So the summit, and I can kind of just give you an overview of the daily agenda. So every day, 8 a.m., I will be on giving what I call like morning motivation. So giving you an overview of what you're going to learn about that day, talking about that specific income stream, and all of the presentations are released right there first thing in the morning. So you have like all day to watch the presentations. And they're all released at the same time because I know some people are back at work. So, you know, whenever you can sneak in some time to catch a presentation, it is right there for you to access inside the portal. And then for those of you that are on lunch around 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, we have our Lunch and Learns where I have brought on sponsors. So like Thinkific, for example, the day that we're talking about creating online courses, I have Thinkific coming to not only give us a lunch and learn presentation, but to give us amazing offers so that you have access to the tools that you need in order to make these income streams happen. And then in the evening, we have happy hour where we look at, like, for example, self-care Sunday. So
happy hour.
About...
How did I miss the happy hour part?
Yes, so we,
My ear is
bringing in presenters to, like, self-care Sunday. We're talking about how important self-care is for educators and edupreneurs. And so it's a different topic every day. And then we end every night at 7 p.m. with our edupreneur roundtables, where the presenters whose sessions were released that morning will be on live for a roundtable where we are answering attendee questions. That's what the whole roundtable is about. I will be taking those questions, shooting them out there for the presenters to answer, and we're gonna just be answering everything. There's nothing that's off the table. So if you've ever wished that you could get, advice about your business or even about your ideas, it's an excellent opportunity for you to be able to do that. And so we have three.
That's so cool. I'm just like getting so excited. And it reminds me of when I first started my business. I attended some business conferences, and I remember how much energy and inspiration, and just like how I was on fire by the end of it. And that's what you're providing for us, because we have the training. There are the morning motivations, but the chance to actually get to talk with some of the speakers. That is so cool. I mean, that's like, you're really going to get a lot out of that. For sure. So sorry, I didn't want to interrupt, but it gets me excited every time, like, I'm thinking about what this experience will be like. And so tell us about the 3 levels.
I will. So we have our first entry level, which is just, if you're like, I don't really want to do that Facebook thing. I'm not interested in showing up live and talking to the presenters. I really just want access to the content. Maybe I'll watch the replays. So you will get we have the content only pass, which is $47, and it gives you access to all 20 of the presentations. Plus, you will get to see the replays of all of the live events. So if you want the content, yes, and to see the replays from all of the live events, then you would get the content only pass. If you are like me, I thrive on that engagement. Like, I love meeting new people. I love being able to ask questions. Then you either are going to want the all access pass or the success moves pass. And so we have 2 different levels that include the Facebook group. The all access pass, you get everything that I talked about with the content, plus you get in our Facebook group. So all of the live events, that's where they'll be happening. And so you'll get to engage in Facebook with all of the companies, our sponsors. Thinkific, I can't even think right now. It's so many. We have Buzzsprout, SiteGround. So, we're just bringing in all of these different companies, plus all of the presenters, plus all of the amazing attendees, right? Because that's so important and valuable as well. And so we are in that Facebook group engaging all day throughout the conference. Plus, you get 1 month of access to all of the videos, all of the replays with the all access pass. And that's $67. Or you can upgrade that to the Success Moves Pass for an additional $30. So for $97, you get everything that I just talked about. Plus, you get 1 year of access to all of the videos, all of the replays, everything for a full year. On top of that, we have a secret Facebook group that's going on right now, where we are in there doing all types of trainings about mindset, affiliate marketing. Like, we are truly empowering educators to make money right now. Like, you don't even have to wait till the conference starts. You can learn how to earn extra money as an educator right now, right where you are, for $97. And so with all of that, and I forgot to mention, I forgot to mention this all day, but you get swag as well, because what kind of conference would we be
Ooh,
without the swag bag, right?
I
So
love a
I
good
am
swag
talking,
bag.
yes. So your digital swag bag worth thousands, trust me. I have seen some of these offers. So when I say thousands, like it, my mind is blown, okay? So yes, we would love to have you guys. And trust me, when you invest in yourself, you can either try figuring out how to start a t-shirt company, how to do, t-shirts and apparel, or the subscription box program, or the book club, or how to start a tutoring company. Like, you can spend months trying to figure it out yourself, or you could join us at the Edupreneur Success Summit, where we're telling you exactly how we're doing it.
I mean, you have somebody holding your hand going, oh, come over here, I'll show you how to do it. And it just makes everything easier. Like, I
Right.
love it. And I love that there's such a wide variety too. And so I will tell you guys, I personally would go for the Success Moves Pass 100%, just because, I mean, beyond all the extras, you get access for a year, which means
Right.
that, like, when you think about growing a business, a year, a lot can happen in a year, you guys.
Mm-hmm.
And so even if you are brand new right now, that does not mean that in a year you can't have total success, whatever success looks like for you. And so for
Right.
me, I might choose to focus on 2 or 3 areas, or, of the summit right now. But then
Mm-hmm.
I know that, gosh, in 6 months, I can come back when I'm ready to, like, maybe try something else. And so I
Right.
love knowing that there's year-long access to that, because you can build one stream and then you can go, cool, what's next? Because I can
Right.
tell you, when you start to build in streams of revenue, you see the opportunities everywhere, you guys. And it's just a matter
Yes.
of figuring out which ones, like, work the best for you. And
Yes.
so what I also like, one thing I want to talk about with our anybody who's watching right now, because I know anytime we spend money, right, we have to make a decision of, is this worth it or not? And
Mm-hmm.
one thing I always look at is, am I spending money or am I investing in myself?
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same thing when you are in TSA. We talk about how it's uncomfortable to talk about money. It's uncomfortable to say your prices. It's uncomfortable to charge for your services. And I
Right.
remind them that parents are not paying you. They are investing in their child's success through you. And so
Yes.
investing is different than spending. And when I look at something like this, where I think $47, $67, or $97, I can invest that to learn how to make many, 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 many multiples of that back
Right.
in my life. That is an investment that is so worth it. And so I wanted to kind of just share that thought, because I work with a lot of educators, and
Yes.
it comes up a lot,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like, I don't want to spend that. I'm not sure about that, because it gets hard to spend on things. But anytime I'm invested in something that helps me grow, and especially that helps me grow in the area of business, then there's like a direct correlation of money between the amount that I put in and how quickly I got it back. And then it just kept multiplying again and again.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
would you agree with that thought about investing in things, Erica?
Yes, I mean, I love how you framed it. Like, even thinking about building your business, and how, like, with the Success Moves Pass, you get a year of access to all of these different presentations. And I think about me personally, January 1st, 2020 came, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have my 2020 vision, right? And so I created, and I'm the type of visionary that I don't do like the house, the cars. I do, which income streams am I going to make or create this year? And so for me, 2020, we are in August. So I've started a podcast. That
That's
was
so good.
new. One of my income streams was to publish a book. And so I've submitted my first draft July 31st. And then now we have the summit. So that's 3 that I built in 8 months. Like, it's August. And so one full year, you truly, and I focus on one thing at a time. And so you truly can create multiple streams of income. You can start your business and do it, and you will have access to, rather than trying to figure out, okay, I want to start a podcast, but I don't know how to do it. Like, we have Trina from Teacherpreneurs, raise your hand. a whole session about how to start a podcast. Dr. Will from the Dr. Will Show, same thing. So you will have access to all of these speakers that are telling you how to do it. And as you take your time to build your business, you will be able to refer to that and go back to it and continue adding through the rest of the year. Like wherever you are right now, you can look up on whatever the date is, August 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 2021, and just say, oh my gosh, like I really accomplished all of this in 1 year. And it all starts by making the decision today to invest in yourself and invest in your future. Like truly create a life where you control what your bank account looks like. You have the freedom and flexibility to not only create multiple streams of income for yourself, but for those of you that have families, like you're truly building a legacy for your family, like something that they can truly walk into. And I mean, as Jill talked about, we're blessed to be a blessing. And this is definitely a way that you can empower and just bless others with your unique gifts and talents.
I mean, we're going to end it on that because I want everything that you just said. I'm like, I want that. And you guys, when I think about 2020, I think about chaos. I think about change. But what if it's also like a catalyst to like the most amazing 12 months ever? And you could like look back and go, okay, this was the start of something really powerful for me. So I really do hope that you guys will join us because it's, I mean, for this price, I can tell you guys, I've done a lot of investing in my learning, and especially in the business space. I have never been able to invest under $100 to get anything really. Like, I mean, like, and if I'm honest, right, you know, I mean, it's such an unbelievable opportunity that I get access to all of this, but it will come back to us like tenfold. And the more that we figure out how to do these things, not only are we bringing in the income streams, but all the people we are helping along the way, because you guys are going to be helping people. Like that's how we do our things, right? Like, how we do things as educators is we help people, but there are ways to also help yourself as well and earn really great income while you're doing it. So thank you very much for telling us all about that. I didn't even realize about the swag bag. I forgot about that. And so
I did too.
It's good. And so you guys, whenever you see this, this is already going on now. So all those, the community that's going on with that Success Moves Pass, which I didn't realize it. I know I'm a speaker, but I'm not an attendee. And so my members in TSA were talking about it. I was like, what do you mean you've already been talking with Erica all week? You're in a group? What do you, like, they've been already talking to, like, they've already been in the community doing things. And so that's leading all the way up to the first day, right? So it's not too late. They can be a part of all that, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and we would love to have you. We have some real conversations in there.
That would be incredible. So yeah, you guys, we do hope you'll join us. It's going to be an amazing event. And I think for a lot of people, it's going to be a life-changing event. So I hope you give yourself that chance to invest in your future, because I know I cannot wait to learn from these other presenters, because I have some goals, you guys. And I want to like meet those goals and surpass those goals. And I want to achieve goals that I haven't even thought of yet. And I know a lot of those are going to come during the summit, because that's just what happens when you're in that type of energy. So so you guys, I can't wait for you to join us. It starts, the presentations start on the 30th, but on the 29th, tell me about the 29th. What's going on that Saturday?
The 29th, we are having our pre-party. So the Facebook groups opens and we're just going to be in there engaging. You never know what I might give away. So make sure you join us for the pre-party.
Erica likes to give things away. She came into the members club and she didn't even tell us she was giving us something. And I was like, what? So yeah, you guys, I can't imagine a better experience to be a part of. So I hope you'll join us. And Erica, thank you for coming and just sharing more about this and helping us just to realize what's actually possible, because what's actually possible is way bigger than what we can even imagine right now.
Yes.
Thank you for coming in. So we appreciate you, and thank you all for watching. All right, we'll see you at the summit. Bye, guys.
Bye.